I don't want to come on too strong. Something happens when we slow dance. When we slow dance, I feel ladylike. I want you in me tonight. Something happens. I don't know why I was scrolling through content on social media and I saw Carrie Hilson ran there singing slow dance. I mean, she was giving it the best that she got in that carpool dress she had on. Hey, Carrie girl, I don't want to come on too strong either, but maybe you should see if they hiring for receptionists down to the RCA Records, girl, because that up there what you was giving, it wasn't giving me nothing I could feel. But this show was not even about Carrie Hilson. And forgive me, guys, for putting Monday up there in the date on June 10th, when today it is actually Tuesday. I don't know why I thought today was Monday. I thought today was Monday because the BET Awards were last night, and I just automatically assumed that the BET Awards had came on a Sunday, forgetting the fact that I showed my ass up to work yesterday. Or whatever the case. We're going to have a really good show, y'all, because I'm feeling really good and energized, and my head is clear today. Clearer than it is most days for whatever reason. I don't know, my energy levels. I'm feeling really good today for whatever reason. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and light this I've been lighting this 305 candle lately. If y'all got y'all Quentin Latham collection candles, y'all have got to. I mean, the reviews, and this ain't, well, it's partly because it's my own shit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but independent of that, I'm gonna be very honest with you or not. I don't, and not to be taken the wrong way, I'm such a candle lover and I love the candles so much. I'm just happy they exist. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I really don't give a damn if y'all buy them or not. Not from a disrespectful sense and not from an I don't appreciate you sense. I'm just thankful for the fact that I have a candle with my name on it that I actually love and that I actually yearn for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wouldn't care if only 3 of y'all bought it. I just be like, oh, well, but it's mine. And I have this scent and this fragrance that I helped come up with that I didn't just do for a money grab, that I actually like it. Like, y'all should see me around the house when I get low on my Quentin Latham collection candles. I'd be like, oh no, God, I can't burn this one for these hoes. I goes in that closet and get one of them $7 Ross candles. I have to wait to Rashida send me another stack of them, girl, before I burn these for company. Okay, them girl, I only wanted to burn my shit all for company, honey. I'm going to get one of them $7 candles. That's how much I love it. But y'all get into the Quentin Latham collection candles. I got 305, 44, and 1111. One for balancing, one for calming, soothing, and loving, and one for turning up and feeling good and feeling energetic. And I am telling y'all, not just because it's mine, but the shit is just really good. All right. So that's all I got on that. Y'all, we're going to have a very, but can we see it? You asked the wrong question, baby. It ain't can you see it. It's can you smell it? Can you smell it? Tell me what that thing smell like. Won't get kinky tonight. Won't you tell me what that thing smell like? You had to have BET Uncut in them early 2000s not to know that thing, but they tell me what that thing smell like. All right. The BET Awards. Last night was the BET Awards. Last night was the BET Awards, and everybody's going crazy about the BET Awards. I hope like hell that y'all got more than your fair share and more of your portion of the BET Awards from every other outlet, because I ain't got nothing to give you. All right. I did not watch it. I don't have the intentions on watching it. My life is just not in a place right now where I got 2 hours to dedicate to that. As with most award shows, I kind of see what I want to see and see what I need to see. It's like the things that you need to see kind of rise to the top in your Instagram feed. And what I will say, the one thing that I did love was the fact that, oh, they say it was 4 hours. Oh, girl, I'm damn sure not watching that. One thing that I did love about it, though, is that the current BET Awards. I saw all the performances, all the people that were highlighted and platformed, and they were definitely talking to me and my people. Who are me and my people? Those of us who used to come home after school and watch 106 in Park. They were definitely talking about talking to us, playing Bow Wow, having Bow Wow on there, having B2K on there with Bump Bump Bump, having Keisha Cole, what I could have cheated, having Jermaine Dupri. Like, yes, they were having Carrie Hilson, having Sierra. They were talking to a very special time in BET history when BET was at the top amongst teenagers and young adults. And that alone felt really good and really nostalgic. And it felt like, okay, they're listening. Either they're listening or the people who are my age have now ascended into positions of power over at BET, and they're putting things in there that the people will like. Now, here is the one thing that I saw that stood out to me, and it was the one thing and the only thing that I want to talk about in this, and then I'm going to move on. This person that I'm going to talk about should feel very special because I'm making it my personal business to make my entire BET commentary and lean the totality of my platform in this person's favor. And that one person is Mr. Miles Canton. I was in my house minding my business like I always do. And I'm scrolling through Instagram and I heard a little background of Quincy Jones's Secret Garden, and I saw Quincy Jones's face in the background. And y'all know I love, that's one of my favorite songs, but within my like top 4 songs, Secret Garden is in there. Y'all don't know Secret Garden. It's El DeBarge, James Ingram, Barry White, and Albie Shore. Those are the 4 original singers. Quincy Jones composed and arranged. When I saw those 3 boys on the stage, it was Lucky Day, Luke James, and Miles Canton. Miles Canton is the black boy that played in Sinners, that played Sammy, the one that guitar. Now, when he was in, I don't know him from the competition shows that apparently he was on. My first time being exposed to this young man was on Sinners. And when he was singing on Sinners, I was uncertain if that was his singing voice or if he was lip syncing when I saw Sinners. I later found out that he had a competition show singing situation. He actually can sing. One time for the baritones. One time for the crooners. One time for the dark skin, so black that it's just divinely sexy black men who don't have to do anything except dress, stand still, hold a microphone to their mouth like this, and captivate your mind, body, and soul, all while making you contemplate if you want to clutch your Bible in your left hand or take your panties off with your right. Okay? Those the ones. That boy did that. He stood right there in place, held that microphone to his mouth, looked at one person and one person only in that office, in that audience, and let the Lord do the rest. That boy moved me. And there was something so interestingly stiff and safe about his performance. There was something that was interestingly stiff and safe about the performance, but I loved it. I loved it. And I think I loved it because y'all, we ain't heard nothing from the baritones in a minute. I mean, I think the last deep voice brother that we truly went up for was Johnny Gill. I think that's the last deep voice brother. than Johnny Gill. I loved it. Salute. Let me see what somebody put in the chat. Said Miles Canton is a very famous gospel singing family, literally gospel. Okay, so I'm assuming that he comes from the Canton family. Okay, that's sounded absolutely amazing. I love them. He did that. And to be honest with you, I don't know where I want him to go first. I don't know if I want him to dive into the acting first or if I want him to dive into the singing first, but he did that. The Lucky Day, Luke James, and Miles Canton, they really did their whole thing. So that's really all I got on the BET Awards, other than the fact that I had the opportunity to go and I should have went. I love the fact that the BET Awards now have gone from to like now it's the biggest night in like Black Hollywood. Like Black folks, they hands down know they gotta be there. Luster, glory, and all of that has been restored to the BET Awards. And I love it that it's Black people's biggest night in Hollywood. And that once again, we are taking that thing serious and we are showing up and showing out. And for that, I appreciate all things that was BET and the BET Awards. All right, guys. Speaking of the BET Awards, I got to get y'all opinion on how y'all would feel. Doggone it. Okay, continue. Use password. Oh Lord. Hold on, y'all. Use your screen lock. Oh Lord. Okay. I will vote. Honey, I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh, trust and believe. We finna get there. Hold on. I had to because I had to reset all my Instagram and Facebook passwords and stuff yesterday. My computer ain't up and running like she normally do. Okay, hold on. Then I got to go over here to the authenticator and authenticate the password 624393. I'm excited about the website, y'all. Yeah, well, let's talk about order. My line suspended. My line. Yeah, go to talk about the order. Gag order. Let's talk about the mother order. So speaking of the BET Awards, will y'all girls be going down to the Zeus Awards? Will y'all be going down to y'all is laughing at me at that gag order, honey? Gag order. Let's talk about the mother order. My line suspended. My line suspended. Hold on, let me see. No wonder y'all can't get through. I'm excited about the website, y'all. Oh, let me see what's going on. Let me see. Oh, it ain't nothing. Ooh. The Zeus Awards. Oh my God, I have such a love-hate relationship with Lemmy. I have such a love-hate relationship with Lemmy. And let me correct that. It's a love relationship. I love what this young man was. I love what he was able to do. I love the infrastructure that he built. I love the Black people that he was able to mobilize. I love the money that he is putting in so many people's pocket. I hate the vessel by which he did it, if that makes sense. I hate the vessel by which he did it. And I know part of Zeus and Lemmy's talking points on the Zeus network is we have so much other content on our thing and nobody looks at it. But the one thing that Lemmy them don't talk about is the fact that they actually put marketing dollars behind promoting the baddies and the this and the this. And listen, much like Tyler Perry with his stuff, Tyler does really hits one note that really works for his audience. And Lemmy, in conjunction with Natalie, they hit one note. You know what I'm saying? And it's a note that seems to resonate with a lot of people and it works. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, at what expense and at what cost. And then I find myself just having to kind of turn the blind eye because there's a part of me that honestly believes everybody, no matter from the hood boogers and the projects to the highfalutin, high sedity black folks in the White House, that every single person on the planet deserves a certain level of representation in the media. And I also understand that what them holes over there do in the corner is not a complete reflection of all black people, but I can't help in 2025 still feel that we all get judged by what they do on baddies, and that it's embarrassing to us as black people, as a culture. Despite the fact that I know that we are not a monolith, I also recognize the fact that because we are not a monolith and because we say we're not a monolith, don't mean that them people don't perceive us and treat us like a monolith, and that all black people should know this. And even in knowing that we're not a monolith and we shouldn't have to abide to monolithic rules, that sometimes we do have to apply the monolithic rules, because sometimes what one of us does messes us up for everybody. And some people just are not equipped with the same social and moral responsibility that some of us hold. God, I just wish that he would give us a little more balance and a little more accountability. And why is it that we as black people continue to want to profit off of making us look like hood boogers, thugs, gangsters, and jigaboos? But for the life of me, this black man built something. Oh, I don't even know where that came from, y'all. I honestly don't even know where that came from. And it's so funny. Do y'all see? And I always tell people this when I do interviews. I get in front of my camera, I open my mouth, and I literally have no idea what's going to come out. I promise y'all, while I was sitting here just rubbing my temples, that shit was just coming out my brain like diarrhea. I closed my eyes, I nodded my head, I held my temple, and those words were just coming out of my mouth like diarrhea. I have no idea how I just strung those sentences together. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it, because somebody and something literally did just step into my body and take over me in that moment. And I'm glad that y'all got an opportunity to witness like my gift and witness how it happened. I literally don't even remember half of what I just said in that moment. And notice how I had one tone and energy when I was saying it, and I came back to life in this moment. It's really scary what just happened in this moment. Wow. Ooh, and I promise y'all, I ain't do no drugs today. All I did was had some coffee a moment ago. But whatever was said needed to be said in that moment. I'm assuming I'm probably going to have to cut that one up. Um, let them use you. Oh, good God. Let them use you. While I'm in the spirit of preaching and prophesizing on the people, they said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. Y'all, we got to give some prayers. Now, we got to give different types of prayers. We got to give the true thoughts and prayers. We got to give true thoughts and prayers to Deion Sanders, and not the prayers that we giving them others at that them protests. But we got to give the true thoughts and prayers to our brother Deion Sanders, regardless of how you feel about Deion, and regardless of where you are sports wise, and no matter how you feel about what he did with the HBCUs that came over here to the big leagues. We have to pay homage and give reverence to the fact that Deion Sanders is continually moving the needle. He is continually driving the culture forward. All right. The family has not specified what's going on. I see some people in the chat saying prostate issues or whatever. I'm going to go with what the family is saying and what the media is saying, an unspecified illness, but they don't make it seem like it's anything that's life-threatening. They make it seem like it's something that can be handled, and he will be back soon. So we're going to give them thoughts and prayers for our big brother Deion Sanders as we keep it moving, honey. Thoughts and prayers, but give him the real thoughts and prayers, not them thoughts and prayers that we giving them people over there that voted for Donald Trump. Really quickly, because I've had a wild hair up my ass for the last 2 days about these protests and this unrest, so I don't plan to do a lot of it here. I just want to point out something, and I'm going to keep this brief and to the point. Kamala Harris says the Trump administration is causing chaos by deploying the National Guard, and it was an escalation that was meant to incite chaos, and I 100% agree with her, coupled with the fact that Gavin Newsom and others have pointed out the fact that the National Guard is there with no type of planning, programming, or provisions made for He said it's no food for them people and no shelter for them and barely any facilities for them to use the doggone bathroom, that it was a waste of time. I also want to point out that I sympathize and understand that much like during the Black Lives Matter movement, certain media outlets, of course, they take the most salacious photos of them all. They plaster those across our television screens in an effort to sell advertising and to get people to think that things are super duper chaotic. I would encourage any of you that if you are remotely interested in what's going on out there in LA, that you follow somebody on the ground, you follow somebody local, you follow some local influencers, and you get firsthand live views from what's going on out there in LA. And the reality of the situation is LA is not on fire, and those people are not tearing LA down. Okay. LA is not on fire. Those people are not tearing LA down. It is several blocks of activity and movement, and that is what it is. Now, there's this discourse right now going on TikTok and social media talking about, oh, they find it so baffling. Let me get this straight. You're Mexican, okay, and you're in the protest waving the Mexican flag, and you're waving it in America. Make it make sense. If you're so, you know, proud to be Mexican, waving the Mexican flag in America, go back to Mexico. All right. First and foremost, one thing that I want to point out, just like Black Lives Matter programming, I find it very funny that a lot of the people that we see doing the destruction have masks on. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we already know how this goes because we wrote the playbook for this. We also know that it is those Malibu bleach blonde white boys on skateboards that are the ones that find it so funny to help cause destruction and start a lot of this. This is a lot of propaganda. And we already know it's a lot of members from the other side is the ones doing the looting and the burning. Overall, the protests have been and are peaceful for the most part. Okay, stop it. As with anything, we have to make a small allowance for casualties and waste. Okay, anytime you get a whole bunch of people in one place, some shit gonna get broke. Somebody gonna bleed. A few people gonna get hurt, and a whole lot of somebody's gonna go to jail. Even though I ain't standing my ass out there, I am willing to do whatever I can for the movement from the safety of my home and the power of my voice and my computer. All right. So while, you know, I'm not going to stand in the way of the folks that's out there doing what they need to do on behalf of the Latino community. And despite the fact that I am feeling some type of way about the Latino community, and I still have a wild hair up my ass for them calling Black folks to come out there and join them before they call Latinos for Trump, I'm not going to sit back and let misinformation be spread about those people and propaganda be spread about them either when I know better and I have a platform. That's the best I could do. Okay. And in the words of Smokey Mama from Friday, y'all going to have to make it enough. Make it enough. That's all I could do. Okay. That literally is all I could do. But, you know, I urge them to keep going. I urge them to keep going. I urge Latino communities all over the United States to begin to mobilize. I encourage y'all to let y'all voices be heard. I encourage y'all to become as loud as Black people have in the past. I encourage y'all to incite enough fear in the general United States that people need to feel like, oh crap, if we start something with these Latin people, we're going to have civil unrest in the whole United States. Because see, that's what Black folks have been successful in being able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they know, people already know that if you start messing with Black people too hard, it's going to incite national protest amongst Black people. I would be so proud to watch in this moment what's going on inspire the same type of fear in the United States from the Latino community. But I think what's so disheartening is that so many Latino people in this moment are having to choose between their people and the little bit of perceived comfort and acceptance that they think they're getting by whatever little proximity to whiteness they think they have. And here is the very, 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 very rude awakening that somebody on social media helped me have. The proximity to whiteness that they think they have, they don't even have, because if it was true proximity to whiteness, they wouldn't even be in this damn situation. All right. It's the illusion of the proximity to whiteness. And that's what's hurting y'all even more. The child ain't even got the true proximity. Now, who got proximity to whiteness? Some of them Kardashians, you know, them girls like that. They got true proximity. Y'all had the illusion of proximity. Just thinking, okay, and let me be honest here. Because if I'm being honest with myself as to why this subject has such a wild hair up my ass, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's my I told you so spirit, and it's my feel good to see a bitch humble. Some of y'all might be afraid to say it, but I'm not scared to speak to my emotions. It feels really good to have lived my life and to have had to live alongside people, get along with them, go to school with them, coincide with them, that deep down inside, you know, they were cool socially, but would much rather be over there, who would turn on you in a heartbeat for any little bit of acceptance from white folks, who by any means necessary, even the moment they touch this soil, they already have it indoctrinated in your head. Go over there with the white folks and stay away from the blacks. Align yourself with white folks. Anything you want to do in this country, just make sure it don't align with black, because you want to fit in. You want to be nice like this with the good people over here. Black people are bad. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to the deepest levels of my bone marrow and the very first chromosome in my cellular DNA. It makes me feel good that deep down in my soul that these people have spit in y'all face and put y'all right there in the same damn box they got us in. Welcome. Baby, we had in the house that the Lord prepared for me, we had y'all whole all this time. Y'all room had been made up in this mansion over here. Y'all bed had been made up in this house over here. We had a mansion over here with a whole wing for y'all, but y'all rather go over there and try to stay with them in a little piece of efficiency. We had a whole mansion over here of togetherness and unity and camaraderie and space with enough rooms for everybody. But you said, instead of coming over here on our 40 acres and a mule and us co-oping, you said, nah, girl, you could keep the whole West Wing. They opened me up a little piece of efficiency over here in Beverly Hills. Me and my people rather be 9 million of us in this little efficiency over here in Beverly Hills and in New York than to come over there on this sprawling resort mansion that you guys built and us cooperate with y'all. That's what y'all do, and that's what y'all did. And now y'all got nothing for it. And now y'all mad. And I'm not even mad with y'all, because I understand in desperate times and when your life is on the line, baby, you calling for anything and everybody, and I get it. If I was in y'all situation, I'd probably be doing the same. But y'all got to understand, only thing that we can offer y'all is the rule book, and hopefully y'all find some time or carve out some time to read it and do what it is y'all need to do. Secondly, I think a lot of Latin people, when y'all sit down tonight at dinner or tomorrow night at breakfast, y'all need to ask yourselves, like, why aren't y'all calling out the South Pacific Island community to help y'all? Where are your pleas to them? Where are your pleas to the Asian community? Where are your pleas to the Jewish community? Where are your pleas to the Indian community, the Hindu community? Like, y'all are so focused on calling on us when collectively y'all got all these other groups of people that y'all could call. Like, come on. And I know now ain't the time for us and y'all to be fighting because y'all got a lot going on. But just know that once all of this settles down, we're going to have to come to the table of brotherhood and we're going to have a conversation with y'all. And I want y'all to know that we are leading with thoughts and prayers and letting y'all know that until there is a national shift in tone coming from the Latino community, honestly and truthfully, y'all should not expect anything but some cups and napkins for the repast from Black people. Until there is a national shift. Until like Latinos for Trump people literally stand up and say, wow, we made a mistake. We apologize. We are sorry we put our own people in harm's way. Don't expect nobody else to help y'all until that happens. Don't expect nobody else to help y'all until y'all own people see the light. I see the light. I see the light. Bum, 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 bum. Coming out of the dark. You cannot expect me to put my life on the line and your cousin in Miami won't. You can't expect me and my people to risk going to jail and being separated from their children and the livelihoods that they built until your first generation cousins who came over here the right way. You can expect me to give a damn until they do. They coming for y'all next. Y'all don't understand intersectionality. Y'all don't understand that there are Black Latinos too. Y'all don't understand that Caribbean and Haitian people can be next. I understand all of that, baby. When I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, bitch, they made sure I was very smart and a lot of things before I left. I understand that. The difference between us and them is that there's never been a point on this soul where they weren't coming for Black people. We're equipped. It's just another day at the office for us. What do you mean when they come for y'all? When have they never not been coming for us? When have they never? And y'all think y'all be eating when y'all say that. Oh, it's still not, it's going to be you, bitch. When have they not been coming for us? We know how to do this with style and grace. We've already got organizations and infrastructure in place. When have they not been coming for us? So you not eating when you throw that out, Essie. You not eating. Thoughts and prayers in Instagram posts. Moving right along, guys. There is a very, 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 and I'm gonna keep it lighthearted, a very interesting conversation that's going on social media. I'm gonna let you listen to a small snippet of Nene Leakes and T.S. Madison interview or whatever, and then we're gonna talk about it. And my thoughts are not gonna be what you think they are. Take a listen.
Would you date him if I know him?
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well, okay. Well, I you know when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you,
Yeah. What is
and
he?
well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
Well, and if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now,
so, but what is he?
Well,
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot. That means you be whatever you like, whatever you like.
Hearts,
pan.
not hearts.
Right.
A lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like
I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
Nene, if you've dated men,
yes,
there's a possibility in your life that
he's been with a man.
He's been with something. Would you date him if I know?
So look, first and foremost, I love this discourse. I love this discourse. I loved this discourse. What I loved about it is that Nene Leakes represented in a way that I think the overwhelming majority of Black women would respond. And she verbalized 9,000% of what I feel most Black women would feel in that moment. Okay. We're not going to sit up here and pretend or feel as if the average person, man, woman, and many members of the LGBTQ community, many people feel that if a man goes with a trans person or has sex with a trans person, that they're not straight. Many people feel once that line has been crossed, that man is gay. That's the way it was explained to me all my doggone life. And that's the way many people feel. Now, here is the thing. Here's where the progressive piece gets in. There is a subsection of the Black community who is open-minded enough to understand, hear, and explore the nuance of gender constructs, sexuality, orientation. There is a group of people who are open-minded enough to hear all of those arguments. And I think this is where we get caught up in the Black community with this particular subject matter. There is also another group, which I honestly think is the lion's share of Black people, who are just not open to exploring that. There is a group of Black people who don't want to hear anything about womanhood being a social construct and separating genitalia from womanhood. There is a group of people who that's a non-conversation. And listen, we have to let people have their thought processes. You have to. And I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is coming from. It really just depends on how open-minded you are and what school of thought that you participate in. Madison's point was, even though I have a dick, I'm a woman. Even though I have a dick, I'm a woman. Again, there's a certain group of people who are able to wrap their head around that and grapple with some of these new concepts that are been presented to us. But overwhelmingly, most people aren't. Now, here is what I will say, and I'm going to move on. I am not in the favor of trying to push anybody to do anything they don't want to do. I'm not trying to make nobody accept nothing that they don't want to accept. But what I would like for us to do is dig a little deeper when we say things like, I don't have a problem with the LGBTQ community, but I don't want no bisexual man. I don't want no man that's ever been with men. And that is your prerogative. That is your right. And I am not trying to tell you otherwise. The only thing that I would like us to spend a little time on is, because there's a lot of y'all that think y'all saying something when y'all be like, I don't have a problem with it, to each his own, but for me personally, I don't want a man that's ever been with a man. I want you to dig a little deeper into that sentiment, right? Because if you stop being obtuse and if you are just really real about it, and you're not wrong for feeling whatever it is you feel, but if you really tell yourself the truth about it, you don't want to sleep with a man that bisexual or that may have experience being with another man, because you carry some level of negative thought about it. And that's your right. And that's your prerogative. And I don't even know if some of y'all know that. But what's not your right is to gaslight the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in the truth era. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Like, yeah, I don't want to be with no man that don't been with another man because I feel a certain type of way about men being with men. And you don't have to define what that is. You might not even know what it is in this moment. But whatever it is, you know you don't like it. And you view it as negative. Somebody said, how are we gaslighting? You gaslight because you lead with, I don't see nothing wrong with it, and I don't have nothing wrong with LGBT, but I just don't want to be. Then that means you do see something wrong with it. Because if you didn't see nothing wrong with it, then you don't see nothing wrong with it. Somebody said, exactly, just hilarious. Somebody said, hold on now. Somebody said, Q, the same way you don't want your man going to eat a woman's pussy and come back kissing you, it's the same thing. See, unfortunately, Vanessa, it's not, right? Unfortunately, it's not. If my man went back and if my man crossed the lines and bothered with a woman, it wouldn't bother me any more or less than it did if he slept with a man. It's not the same, Vanessa. And the reason why it's not the same is because, face it, sleeping with women is celebrated. If you a man sleeping with women, it's celebrated. And if you a woman sleeping with women, it's celebrated. It's socially acceptable for the most part. So it don't work. You trying to flip it on his head, it don't really work. Like, it wouldn't bother me. On the flip side of things, the question that I have, Vanessa, is I think it always baffles me with a lot of women that just as long as he cheating with a woman, like, you know, granted, y'all have a problem with it. Y'all will take him back. Y'all will figure it out. Y'all will work it out. But if he cheat with a man, oh, baby, life is over. And from where I be sitting, I'm like, but ain't it the cheating, ain't cheating, period. And again, you have to ask yourself, why are you so open to taking the cheating man back that cheated with a woman, but one that cheated with a man? Oh, baby. I ain't trying to get y'all riled up. Go ahead and argue amongst yourselves. I'm finna move. I'm finna move back on because I ain't even in the mood to argue with y'all hoes. And then I love this one because gay men are sexually dubious. And then I think they say because of higher risk of HIV. In 2025, y'all still walking around feeling like men the only people carrying HIV. And again, the statements be so ignorant sometimes. Y'all are some of the same women who land up with niggas that don't cheated on y'all with strippers, prostitutes, your best friend, all types of friends, and there's no concern about HIV. All of a sudden, if you have to explore the idea that he might have touched a trans person or a gay person, all of a sudden HIV becomes the leading headline. Girl, please. If you with a man that's a habitual cheater, sis, I would encourage you to be concerned about HIV. If you are with a man who is a consistent cheater, I don't give a damn if he's cheating on you with a woman, a man, or a flower pot. If you are with a man who is a consistent cheater, you need to be worried about HIV. Y'all niggas is going to Dominican Republic right now, and it's this whole sex tourism culture. This OnlyFans culture. If you with a dude that you know him and his homeboys got the propensity to fly one of these girls out from Instagram when all they doing is selling coochie from Dubai to Miami, sis, you need to be more worried about your man getting HIV from a stripper and getting it from one of these Instagram hoes. Then you need to be him worried about it getting from a trans and an HIV. Let's just put that out there, and we got to stop the stigma. Yes, gay men are disproportionately affected by HIV, and it's because of the way it's transmitted and the way we have our sex, okay? But the behaviors of gay men who are promiscuous and straight men who are promiscuous are the exact same. So your man could cheat on you with one gay man and have a whole risk of HIV, and he could cheat on you with 6 women in your damn city and have probably an even higher risk of bringing your ass HIV. All right, so that's that on that. Everybody get on prep and doxy. Moving right along, I got a question for y'all. This is for all of my guys. Knock it off. This is for Ryan and Rio. Y'all go wrestle outside. for all of my women who love straw, for my straw crowd, for all of my women who sympathize with Taraji's character, for all of my women who've been through that, for all of my women who've dealt with postpartum, I want to know y'all's take on this situation. Mother of 5 arrested and charged after allegedly trying to kill her children by smothering them with the pillow. One is less than 3 months old. She told them if one dies, they all die. A Missouri mother of 5 is behind bars where she belongs after traumatizing her kids and allegedly almost killing them. The crazy thing is she claims she barely remembered the incident. According to Como, Lydia Ginger, 36, was arrested on Monday after her son is under the age of 12, called 911 at the Capitol Plaza Hotel and told police that Ginger tried to kill him and his siblings. The child says Ginger attacked him and tried to suffocate him with the pillow until he fought her off and ran into the bathroom with his phone. The first responder later stated that they could hear her yelling in the background, which coincides with the son's additional claim that his mother also attempted to smother a child that's under 3 months old. Authorities shared that when they arrived at the scene, Ginger was in the hallway and she appeared to be intoxicated. A third 8-year-old child told officers that their mother had tried to smother them as well. Now, once the mother was in custody, she told detectives that she blacked out after some type of issue with her children and couldn't really remember because of postpartum depression. However, she said if one of her children said it all happened then, it did. Multiple alcohol bottles were found at the scene. Ginger has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree domestic assault, 3 counts of endangering the child's welfare, and 1 count of abuse and neglect. Black women, I want to know where y'all at on this one. I want to know where y'all at on this one. Because if I'm being honest, and based on how y'all came at my neck, not some, not all, based on how some of y'all came at my neck about the movie Straw, is this not, let's start with this question. Is this not on one level or another the type of psychosis and anguish and stress and breakdown that Tyler Perry was trying to depict in that movie? Is this not the same? I'm just curious. Is it not the same? I mean, it's giving postpartum, it's giving alcohol, it's giving an incident happened, and it's giving she snapped and was in psychosis, says she doesn't remember. And somebody said this is textbook self-medicating and something else. In Straw, it didn't say she was intoxicated. Okay, I mean, now you're splitting feathers, or now you're splitting hairs, because the intoxication is now going to be the point where you draw the line. Somebody said, nah, she drunk. I don't know, guys. It's giving having a hard time, on the verge of collapse, postpartum depression, drinking to cope with it, and snapped. She just had a baby, y'all. The baby was 3 months. Maybe she did not know how to cope having all those doggone kids, and she drank alcohol. But for me, and I'm just speaking as a man, I don't know what y'all go through with this postpartum, and I don't know what it feels like to be stuck with 5 kids. But from the outside looking in, on the most macro of levels, this feels to me like that plight that they were living in a hotel, or they were at a hotel, which means they probably were living there. She had 5 children, postpartum. It's giving me a straw tease if I ain't never seen one. And the lady said if her kids say she did it, she did it. I'm gonna move right along. Not my fight, not my monkey, not my circus. Let's see. Somebody says they should have taken her to the hospital before taking her to jail. Postpartum. All right, guys. Here's another sad situation. This girl has been married for 7 years and partnered with this man for over 12 years, emptied out her entire 401k to clear up this man's child support, all to find out that her first cousin was carrying on a sexual and a romantic relationship with her husband. Listen to the pain in this lady's voice.
I blame you because you're a part of me. I blame you because you live in here. I blame you because you've gone through all kind of shit and we've shared so many things. And for you to be doing this to me, who has never done anything like this to you, who would never, ever, ever do anything like this to you. Ever. Anybody. I don't do this kind of stuff. I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me. I thought you wanted the best for me. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? Why do I deserve this from you?
You don't. You don't.
So then why? Why? I blame you.
Let me explain something to y'all. I have knowingly engaged in sex with people who have been in relationships. I have knowingly engaged in sex with people who have been married. And, you know, I participated in those situations because I'm like, okay, you know, you're some random person that I met at a mall, a bar, or whatever. We're going to go have us a little bit of fun. I don't remotely know that person. And my attitude at the time was, I don't owe that random person something. I don't owe them something. You do. Let us have our magic. But it has never crossed my mind to do no low down shit like that. It ain't never crossed my mind to touch any of my friends or my family members' people. That is a special type of lowdown. That is a special type of lowdown. To be intertwined with somebody, a family member, y'all used to bathe in the tub together, y'all used to go to summer camp together, and then to not just like do it once, to just be actively engaged in some sort of relationship with the person. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't even want therapy for that. I don't want therapy. I don't want time to heal that wound. I say this with my whole chest. I want to revel in and enjoy being mad with you until the day I die. I realized the other day I was laying in bed and there's some family members, whatever, that I realized that I actually enjoy being mad with them. Like being for me, and this may be my own sick, twisted, whatever. Like being mad with them for me feels good. It gives me the retribution and the vindication that I need for the atrocities that they committed. Because I can't do anything else to them. And I think just as long as your anger or your upset with the person is not ruining your life, driving your life, or impacting your life, because it ain't impacting mine. But for me, I feel like I'm honoring myself for maintaining my stance of being upset and angry with the person, because I feel like I'm cheating myself if I forgive and give in and say kumbaya and all is good. Nah, bitch, all ain't good. It's not. It's not good. It's never gonna be good. And I'm content with it not being good at I find peace in not liking you anymore. That's where I find peace at. And that's just me. That's just me. I mean, just straight up enjoying it. And instead of forgiving, no, I don't forgive. I don't forgive you. And we don't talk about that. Catch this. I don't forgive you, but I release myself from any negative emotions connected to my non-forgiveness that may be stifling my growth and my peace. That's how you do that. You got to put a caveat in there. I do not forgive you. I don't. I won't. And I have no intentions on. But I do. However, I release myself from any negative emotions associated with the situation that may be impacting me negatively. That's where I'm at with it. That's all I can do. Moving right along, Clarissa Shields. Clarissa speaks out after losing Sportswoman of the Year award to Angel Reese, and she said, I just thought accolades matter. Still don't know how I didn't win the BET Sportswoman of the Year for BET Awards, but congrats to Angel Reese and all other nominees. I just thought accolades mattered. Ain't nobody saying Angel Reese don't have accolades or she not good. I'm saying I thought the person with the most accolades and accomplishments would win the award. I am team Angel Reese. But let me go ahead and make up for missing 2 days of grinding at the gym to attend this BET stuff. I defend my undisputed heavyweight title. Okay. I don't know enough about Clarissa Shields to determine if I like her or not. The only thing I've ever heard about her through this Remy Ma and Papoose stuff, I've looked at a couple interviews of her on The Breakfast Club, and here is what I have to say to her. She needs to go to finishing school. She has the etiquette of a mousetrap. Clarissa, I think the largest problem with Clarissa is just she's unpolished. And I think a more polished, refined woman would have found a way to express her disappointment without throwing a backhanded compliment to Angel Reese. Because on one token, you're flat out saying without saying Angel Reese was not deserving of the award, but I'm team Angel Reese. It was ugly, it was nasty, and there was a way that you could have aired your grievance without making Angel Reese a part of it. Secondly, the entitlement is just staggering. Thirdly, like Clarissa, I get it, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but there is a hierarchy in this country when it comes to sports, and especially when it comes to female sports. And if I'm being very honest with you, female boxing is down at the very bottom. You are very well respected in your arena and what it is you do, but most of us who have no affiliation with boxing really don't give a damn. We really don't. Like Clarissa Shields, I'm not lying to you. Even after looking at this picture, I could go to Lenox Mall right now and walk up and down the aisles. You walk past me and I wouldn't even know it was you. Then if somebody said to me, oh, that's Clarissa Shields, that's that boxing girl, I still would ask them for a price check on this blouse. Because most people just don't care like that about female sports and female boxing. I think that this proximity to celebrity that you've gotten through boxing and through this Papoose and Remy Ma stuff has really artificially inflated your head and have you thinking that your celebrity and your star shines far greater than it does. Okay. And that's not intended to be a read. It's simply, sis, you're not there yet. You not fab like that to be doing all that. All right. Like, honestly and truthfully, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I honestly think you've gained more celebrity and more access in these pop culture circles and these BET award circles. You've gained more access to those circles by being Papoose's girlfriend than you have been with this boxing stuff that you've got going on. I promise you, I've never heard of Clarissa Shields until she became the third party in the Remy Ma and Papoose stuff. Angel Reese, on the other hand, has been at the forefront of the media for the last couple of years with her and the Caton and Clark stuff, with her being drafted, with the Nike deals. Like, we know who she is, and the WNBA has been climbing in popularity over the last few years. Since there's a hierarchy to these things, and we also got to understand that many of these awards are political and PR moves. Not saying that you don't deserve it, not saying that you won't get it, but it's just not your time yet, sis. That's all. No shade. No need to be shady. It just is what it is. Clarissa, I just would like you to get around some more refined people who can muzzle you just a little bit and just refine you just a little bit. You just need just a little bit of refinement, and somehow or another, we just need you to understand that we need you to step back into reality and really see your celebrity for what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. In those boxing circles, you are Layla Ali, you're Mike Tyson, so on and so forth. But sis, you gotta understand that once you step out that ring, the average person, the average entertainment consumer does not know anything about the female boxing world and really doesn't care to know. We're not moved by it. We're not into it. We don't watch it. We don't go to the games. The average person don't. So you're not that big of a celebrity amongst us. Don't let your bubble confuse you with your actual reality when it comes to the average person watching. That's all I got, y'all. Ain't got no more. Be sure to like and subscribe if you new around these parts. And I'm finna go get me something to eat. I'll call y'all hoes later. Bad.